webinar. My today presentation is focused on our technology, which is named SecureWinBox. It can sound quite strange, but it's because it comes with two products or two solutions within one product. And the first one was focused on Windows boxes. Today we can deliver our agents for other operating systems as well. And the most important part of the product at the moment are so-called safe boxes. So I have a virtualized desktop here, and I do a lot of live demo today, but let me start with short explanation what we have here today. You know, the product has a web interface, so you can work with the product from virtually any platform. We are also working on native clients for iOS, Android, later for Windows and other systems, just to be able to deliver more efficient, more productive interface for our users. But of course, all the functionality is available today through our web interface. So what the product is about, excuse me, let me start with safe boxes and with questions. I always ask questions, and one question is that if your company or organization already has a policy which says what kind of trousers, what kind of skirts, what kind of shoes you have to wear when you are present at the office. And I expect that you already have such policy, and it says that it's definitely not allowed to be in the office with shirts, for example. So it's easy. Everybody knows about it. Everybody understands. But the other question is, do you have any policy which says how users should handle their passwords? And please don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the length, number of characters, number of digits, number of capital letters. That's pretty easy. You know, it's something you can do very, very easy with today's solutions. The question is specifically focused on users, and of course, we have users within IT department, but we also have other users, and they are working with information systems, with secrets, with certificates, and many other things. And today, when I'm asking my customers, my partners such questions, maybe over 90% of them say, "Oh, no, we don't have such policy." But the question is, you know, if you create an account for your user and you give her or him a combination of password and a username or some kind of certificate or whatever, what they do with that, how they keep it, because, you know, if you imagine the reality and you know that they have accounts, maybe just few accounts related to their job, and they also have their eBay, Amazon, Twitter, Facebook, and many other sites, they are not able to remember so many passwords. That's simply not possible. And of course, at the end, what can happen that they use one nice password, which is pretty risky, or they use different passwords because they know about the risk, but they keep those passwords. Of course, crazy stories. When you visit IT department, you can always hear crazy stories about yellow stickers around the monitor. But similar are mobile phones. So many people are using address books they have in their smartphones, and they enter a fake record, which is not a person, it's a password. But they don't care about clouds. So if they share their photos, if they back up their phones to clouds, that means that those records unencrypted are also stored in clouds. So this is not really secure way, and of course they can lose their phone, and that's it. That can be it. Yeah. And also in some countries that it seems to be specific for some countries, they just use Excel sheet. Imagine a regular employee and he or she sits at a desk and, oh, what I can use for my passwords? Okay, what I have? Oh, I have Excel. Nice, that's a very nice tool. So let's use Excel, which is not really secure. Of course, security is just one part of this game, because yeah, you can use many products, so you can encrypt, you can create an encrypted file, but from the company point of view, this is not enough, because you very often need to share those secrets. You have more employees within a department, and it can be IT department, sales department, financial department, so many examples, and then they need to share, because when somebody gets ill or is on vacation, somebody else has to take care about, I don't know, reporting to the government portal, to service a customer, etc., etc. So sharing is very important part of an organization or enterprise approach to passwords and certificates and secrets. And of course, if we talk about sharing, the question is how secure it is, because if you make some employee responsible for security, he or she can say, okay, I'm not going to be responsible, because I know that administrator and all those administrators within IT department, they can access this information as well. They can read my password, so I'm not going to be responsible. So you need to make them sure that if they store something that just there, if I visit a sales department or financial department, they say, oh, this is so sensitive, so secret, because with this combination of username and password, we can place a binding order, we can transfer money, that we are not going to share this with our admins. So we developed this product to answer such questions, to prepare something which is suitable for enterprise customers and also for us. We were our first customer, because we do remote administration for our customers, and that means that we have to keep in secret thousands of passwords, hundreds of certificates, and of course we need to be sure that if Mike is assigned to the customer and Joe is assigned to the customer, but others are not, just Mike and Joe has access to it. So the answer is SecureWinBox, and it's part safe boxes. And how it works, SafeBox is a basic part of the solution. It's a place where you can store what you need, and where you can control access rights of other users. So you can create a safe box. It can be just yours, or you can make it available for other employees, other colleagues, or whoever. It can be some family member, it doesn't matter. And it can work in that way. Imagine you are, I don't know, CFO, and you need a place where you can store all those information, all those credentials, all those certificates. So what you can do, just get access to SecureWinBox. You go this screen, you see it on my virtualized desktop, and just click New SafeBox. Easy, okay? And I'm CFO, so it can be financial department. Yeah, this is default password pattern. I will talk about this later. You can leave it like it's shared from the upper level. And here is a very important checkbox because the product supports dynamic inheritance. So if you assign access right to somebody to the upper level, like a group of safe boxes, then it's immediately inherited to lower levels if it's allowed. So this is an inheritance filter. So if you activate it, nobody from upper level can inherit, can get access to your safe box, and that's what you need. So okay, I block access rights, say okay, and now I have to enter my access code. And what is the access code? This is enterprise solution, so we are able to synchronize users with as many directories as you need. So it's pretty easy, you know, just connect the server with your LDAP. It can be E directory, Active Directory, Open LDAP, someone, whatever. We can synchronize with as many directories at a time as you need. So if you have 3, 5 directories, don't worry, it's easy. Our most crazy customer today has 7 directories. We can do it. And that means that you can authenticate to the system with your username and password from a network environment. That's pretty easy for users. But it's not, of course, it's not enough for security. So we use so-called access code, and access code is the code which really protects whatever you encrypt, whatever you share, whatever you do. It's also used for authorization, because anything you do, you share, you create, you read, you have to authorize by entering an access code. Of course, there is a way how to cache the access code for a while, because it can be really inconvenient for users. So my demo is working with, I think, 10 minutes. So if I use access code within 10 minutes again, then I don't need to enter it manually again. So if I enter the access code, it allows the system to encrypt what I'm creating. That's a safe box, and the access code, in comparison with password is stored within the system. It's encrypted, yeah, but it's there. Access code is not there. It's you know, just used for decryption, and if it's okay, if it's worked, yeah, that's a correct access code. It doesn't work, then it's not a correct access code. So that's very, very secure way how to work with. This is demo, so I'm sorry, I'm using just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it's a demo, yeah, again. But the perfect access code, when you tell your users what access code they should use, is a sentence. Don't use anything like nice password. That's stupid, easy to break. Perfect access code. And by the way, for your systems, and you probably know this already, it's a sentence like, I don't know, I'm jogging every morning. That's a very nice access code, very nice, very nice password. So I just created a safe box. It's here, financial department. So if I go in, see nothing, of course, it's pretty new. And if I check sharing, just me here. So nobody has inherit rights, and it's just me. Of course, now it can be like my private box, but that's something which I don't want to do, because if I die tomorrow or get ill or whatever, nobody will have access to this, and that can be really risky. So what I can do, I can invite other users and just use. I just can choose users from the list, and you see the difference. The red sign means that the user is not initialized yet. So non-initialized user is a user without access code. So the user is, let's say, synchronized from the company LDAP, from the company directory, but this user did not enter his or her access code yet. So of course I can't share with such user. I can share only with users who already initialized the account, which means that they enter their access code. Okay, I can choose this guy, and he's here, and he has by default only read rights. If I want him to modify the content of the of the box, I can do just this, and he can modify. And of course, I can give him right to control access. I'm not going to do that, but yeah, that's a way how he can do it. And now I have a box. Yeah, I'm sharing the box with my colleague and with the deputy head of financial department, and I'm the boss. And now I can enter some secret. Let's say I'm just managing my bank account, or I don't know, for reporting portal account. So I need to keep information about the account. So it can be, I don't know, let's use some real bank name. Yeah. Company account. Yeah, the tag can be bank. By the way, you know, tags are very important because we don't work with the complicated structures and folders, etc. Because then you can create a very complicated thing which is not easy to use. So it's much better to use tags. And if you like folders, you can use tags like, I don't know, users, documents, banks, secret. So it looks like a path, just without slashes. You can search for whatever level, but it still does not complicate your life with folders, okay? So the address can be, I don't know, it's not, oh, it's probably like this. And this can be Jodo or company, let's say company. Okay, and now the password. Of course, what I can do, I can enter existing password here. Sometimes you have to, because you are not allowed to use any kind of self-service, so you have to accept the password which has been assigned to you. Or if you are allowed to work with self-service, that's much better to ask SecureWinBox for new password. So you ask for a generation of new password, and you can see what the new password is. Of course, this is a very nice password. I can just use clipboard and change my password at the bank, and done. I have a new, very secure password. Of course, I'm not able to remember it, but I can go here anytime, read the password, and use it. And of course, others with whom I'm sharing this safe box, they can read this password as well, and they can use it. And then, of course, if they do that, I see in the audit log what they did. So if I check the audit log, you see that here we have a history. Of course, I'm using this system for some time, and you can control what happened with that safe box, what happened with the password. You can search the audit log, so you have a control, because then, you know, imagine we can of course work with this safe box. It's okay, we add another account, and now this will not be a password but a certificate. So let's say bank certificate. I do it a little bit faster. So here is some, I don't know, this is a certificate, and the password will be TDP pink, and I have to enter my access code again, because I left the previous screen, and it's here, you know. And imagine, for example, we are quite a small company, and our sales department, for example, is using about, I don't know, 50 different passwords, different accounts, because, you know, we are working with IBM and Dell and Novell and Asset and many companies. Of course, each company has some portal today, so we have to connect there and place our order and blah, blah, blah. So let's say 50 records. And imagine somebody is working in the sales department, and then he or she is leaving. So, okay, it's not really secure to let such person go with knowledge of all of passwords and accounts. So you have to change those passwords, but it's not really easy. Of course, 50 is still not bad, but for example, we got a new customer last year, and they were in troubles because they were keeping all passwords in one KeePass file. KeePass is very nice solution. But of course, when you share such file, you share everything, and they had about 2,100 passwords and other information, sensitive information stored in the file. And because the person who was leaving the company had a copy of the file, they had to change everything, which is crazy. They spent 6 weeks on it. They spent a lot of money on it. Yeah. With us, you can just consult the log and you see, okay, yeah, we can search for, I don't know, Martin Smith, okay, and you see that Martin Smith read 2 records, passwords for one OES server and also this is a, let's say, configuration file for IDM connector. So that's it. And then, you know, if Martin Smith is leaving the company, okay, you change these 2 records and done. You are secure again. So there are so many situations when you need to know who read what and what he knows, what she knows, etc. Okay, now I have just one safe box, and I'm still a boss of financial department, and now I see that I need to differ. I need to share something with one of my colleagues, and then I need to share something with others. So what I can do, you know, I can create a group, and it can be just, I don't know, financial. I block access for administrator. It's a group. Okay. And now I can go here. Yeah. And I can move my existing box into my financial group. It's pretty easy, you know. My 75 years old mother is using the system. Okay, done. So now you see that we are in the financial group, and within the group we have a safe box. And of course, here what I can do, I can go here and say, okay, this is now it's mine, and I want to manage access rights from the top. So I remove this inheritance filter. Okay, done. And now what I set here will be, you know, inherited to lower levels. So I can just click sharing and add some other user, Nikola Tesla, your favorite great man from our country. Just okay. And if I go and check access rights here I'm just me and Jay, but when I check inherited rights, Nikola Tesla has read and modify rights. So it's pretty easy, you know, and the sharing, which is something like 10 of a security, is fully implemented. And what is sharing? If you think about sharing, okay, you can share with somebody who sits just next door, next office. But, you know, you can also understand sharing like a way how to transport secrets over the sea. You are in the United States, I'm here in Czech Republic, and you need to deliver some sensitive files, sensitive certificate, just a password, why not, to me. What options you have? Are you going to send anything like that via email? Oh, probably not. Via short message? I mean GSM short message? Probably not. Are you going to share anything which is really important for you through Dropbox? There were so many cases with Dropbox. Even it's very nice technology, but it's not a technology which can serve as a secret store. But with this solution, what you can do, imagine I have my SecureWinBox, my own appliance, and I do, of course, and I can create an account for you. You can initialize your account, so it's you who knows the access code. I don't know your access code, and I can share with you. So okay, I can work with a dedicated SafeBox. I already have a transport SafeBox here, so not a problem. I can create an account for you. Let me show you how it works. And now, okay, if I create an account for you, you can see all other users of the system, which is not really nice for me because I want just to share with you. So first of all, I do a domain for you, and let's say it's going to be US domain, okay? So now we have US domain, and within domain, I can set the visibility. So here is a list of other domains, and you can't see users from domains which are not listed here, okay? So I go here because, of course, I'm using synchronization. These users were synchronized. This was very, very small, but this what is beneath the face is LDAP. It's synchronized. Of course, I need to create your user account manually. So let me choose US domain, new user, and it can be, I don't know, Paris Hilton. Oh, I'm not Paris Hilton. Okay, and the password will be, I don't know, Hilton. As I mentioned already, password is not the crucial part of the security, and the language will be English. Okay, now we have Paris Hilton, and what I can do, I can take this link, I can send the link to her, and let me use different browser just to keep this open. So I paste the link here. Okay, you see this is entered already. I just have to type in my password. Okay, and first thing I have to do is to enter my access code, because if I now go here and here to my transport SafeBox, and I want to share with Paris Hilton, I can click sharing, add user. Paris is here, but I can't work with her because she's not initialized yet. Okay, so let me enter some access code, and because my is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, her would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please don't use these access codes in real life. Okay, done. Now she is initialized. She has nothing here because, you know, she did not create any own SafeBox yet, and nobody shared with her. But I can go back here and say, okay, now I can share with her. I have to authorize by entering my access code. Done. She's here. She can only read, but it's okay because the task was that I need to deliver something to her. Of course, if she should respond to me, she should have write access as well. Yeah, so I can click modify. Now she can write. So if I go here, now I see the SafeBox. I even see who is sharing the SafeBox with me. I can go in and I see all records. So let's say, okay, we need to work with a certificate for our website, and it's here. And now she has to enter her access code, so she doesn't know my access code. So her is 54321, okay? And here is the password for the certificate, and here is the certificate. Yeah. So that's a very, very easy and very secure way how to transport, how to share, how to transport. That's, you know, it depends on, you can see these from 2 different sides. You can share within the company, but you can also transport outside the company or share outside the company. So if you need to share with your customer, with your partner, yeah, that's a perfect way how to do that. And you can share virtually anything, yeah, because we provide some default templates, but we we can prepare a specific template for you if you need. As it was mentioned in the session title, that yeah, we use 2.8 as a version number for this, but before version 2.7 had no domains, visibility domains, and had no ability to store anything else than passwords. So we probably should use version 3 instead. And I can show you, because I said, okay, Paris has access, has a modifier right. So she read the certificate, and now she is going to respond with a file, and that can be my secret document. Oh, in her case, it's probably my secret picture, but yeah, I don't have any pictures of Paris. So I store any file, and everything is inside. Okay. Authorize. Done. You saw that the upload of the file, even if it's a small file, took a while. I don't know, second or a little bit more than second, and it's because we open an encrypted channel and we are encrypting files on the fly. So if you stop the engine, if you stop the workstation, you can find nothing in any cache, in any temporary directory, nothing like that. Everything is encrypted directly to the database on the fly. So, okay, she sent me a file, so I can back here, and I see transport. Yes, the file is here, and I can read it. I enter my access code, it's here. Everything is inside. Yeah. So this is so easy. Imagine you have to prepare a policy, as I mentioned at the beginning. So you get a task from your boss to prepare a policy how users should work with their passwords. That they should never ever use one password more than once. They should never ever use the company password at eBay, etc., etc. Yeah, it's not really difficult if you specify what they should never ever do. But you, of course, if we are talking about the policy, you should always also say, okay, this is allowed. This here, is some, I don't know, best practice, and you should follow. And with a solution like SecureWinBox, it's quite easy. You can even use few screenshots and done. And the policy can be like, if anything is related to a company, yeah, to an organization, you have a safe box which is shared to you by your boss. Use it. And because it's not limited by license, if you need to store anything which is private, do it. Feel free to create a private safe box. Okay, I'm Paris Hilton, so I need my own safe box. So I just click this. I name it My Privacy. Why not? Block anybody. Done. I have my privacy. Nobody can work with, can see even what is there. No identity rights, nothing. Okay, and I can store, I don't know, credit card information here. So my black card, and yeah, something not really important. Yeah, done, and it's here, and just mine. So if I'm in front of the cash machine and I need to get some cash and I remember my PIN or whatever, not a problem. I just use my mobile phone. I go here and I know my PIN. What is important when we are talking about sharing? Of course, you should. Please don't get me wrong. But it's important to say this. You should always expect that the other party is an idiot. Yeah. because you keep everything in secret, you are using long password, long access code, everything, then you share it with somebody, and he or she leaves the document on a USB stick or on a C drive or whatever. With this system, that's you can be sure that anybody, if you are sharing with any other user, her or his access code follow rules, and here are the rules. So if I go here, safe boxes, this is my minimum access code policy. Of course, again, this is demo. It's why I use just 5, but it can be. I did an installation last week in the United Kingdom, and the customer was really nice. It's a very, very big university, and they said, okay, that's nice. We are going to use it, and we will use 16 characters as a minimum length of access code. I say, yeah, I agree. Perfect. Nice. Do it. And of course, then it's really, really secure. And if you share with anybody, you can be sure that the other party has at least 16 characters long access code. And of course, what is also very nice, that this is not just a secured communication channel. The recipient can keep whatever you share with him or her in SecureWinBox forever. So yeah, I already read what is here. I'm Paris Hilton now, and I read this, but it's there, and I can read it within a month, within a year. That depends. And of course, if I get a new certificate, I can store the new certificate, and I have a new updated certificate, which is valid, and I can find it here all the time. So that's very important as well. Yeah. This is basic information about safe boxes. Last thing I can show you is how accurate we are with managing access rights. So here I have my privacy safe box, and again, nobody can access it. So that means if I die, that's it. And by the way, there are no backdoors. That's very, very important. So if you forget your access code, that's it. If you promise me $1 million, that's it. I'm sorry, I can't help you. The technology has really, really no backdoors. So it's smart to share. Yeah, if you can share with a family member, if you can share with your colleague, that's much more secure. Even you have a sentence, because if you use a sentence as your access code, you never forget it. If your access code will be I'm jogging every morning, you will turn your 90 and you will still remember this, probably. How can I play with this? If I open the configuration page and I remove inheritance filter, pretty easy. Just say, okay, done. And now, if I check sharing, still it's just mine, but here are other guys. And why they have rights here? Because they have rights to top level of all safe boxes. I say, oh, hey, I don't like admin. I don't like that guy. I want to remove him, and I want to share with Jodo and Mike Mina. Why not? I can go back here and again work with the inheritance filter. Okay, done. If I check sharing now, I have all those users here. Why? Because we never know. If you are adding the inheritance filter, you can cut somebody who is important, or you can cut off somebody who knows the access code and somebody else don't. So yeah, but what I can do now, remove him. I don't like him, done. And now I have, it's called my privacy, but no inherited rights, and here we see who has rights. And of course I can manage. So okay, those guys, they are not allowed to manage access rights to my safe, but they can read and modify. That's it. That's yeah. It's quite complicated inside. It's a lot of smart code inside, but from the user side, it's easy. And the client I'm using here is a JavaScript client. So in fact, I'm running my client within my browser, and the client is talking to the server. So we can even say, okay, I don't like this client, I don't like green color, I want to access SecureWinBox from my portal. If you have already existing portal, easy, because the server has REST API, so we can script against that from, you can use Visual Basic. Sounds a little bit crazy, but why not? So this can be your secure service, your secret store, which supports sharing, which supports visibility domains, which supports different kind of records, and you don't need to use this. By the way, when we are developing mobile clients and other clients I mentioned at the beginning, those clients are using the same approach. So the client is talking to REST API, there's nothing with the HTML interface of JavaScript client. And of course, because we use this smart approach, you can have many users against single appliance. Yeah. So single appliance, if it's properly configured and it has enough CPU and RAM and the space, it can serve tens of thousands of users. So that's it. I'm running a little bit out of the time. Any questions?
I have not seen any yet, although I did want to remind everyone that if you do have any questions, you can put them through on the chat or the Q&A.
Okay, so let me talk for a while about the feature which is behind the name of the product, because the name of the product looks like, yeah, they are securing Windows boxes. So yes, at the beginning, our product portfolio, we have single sign-on solution. It's a pure IDP, key shield SSO. We have SecureWinBox, and SecureWinBox comes with safe boxes. We were talking about safe boxes last 40 minutes, and with SecureWinBox and itself. And what it's for, today, 99.9% of customers are deploying their Windows boxes using imaging. So it means that every box within the company has same administrator name and password. And that's a security risk because of two things. First, if you know password of one workstation, you know password for all workstations. So if you have to tell the password to third-party technicians, to the user, imagine your boss is traveling and giving you a call, say, hi, I'm in Europe and my laptop is not working, fix it. So you navigate him over the phone and you have to tell him what is the administrator name and password. But of course, then he knows it. And that can be a risk because users are sharing these informations, and of course with a local username and password you can access whatever is stored locally. Yeah, you can disable, when we are talking about Windows, you can disable those accounts, but it's pretty easy to enable it again, just if you press F8 during the boot up, that's it. A second risk is that if it's static, still same username and password, it always leaks. So the number of users, number of employees who know this combination of username and password is growing. Yeah, so it's a risk for you because they can then access workstations in the company. So what we do, we have an agent, and we are able to provide such engine for Linux and Macintosh as well, and that agent is changing password of each workstation every single day, and it changed the password in that way that each is unique. So when you need to access any workstation, you have to go here, and you have, of course, you must have a right to do that. So if I go here, you see that Paris Hilton does not have menu like me. I can go here. I can choose Paris, and here are rows. And if I give her a role, a SecureWinBox admin, now she can do it as well. Yeah, she can ask for the password of any workstation within the network. So I can go here and say, okay, workstation is this workstation. I need password, today password. Of course, if you are working with different time zones, sometimes you need to the password for next day, because yeah, from my point of view, I turn midnight in 6 hours, but you are going to turn midnight in 14 hours, so I will be tomorrow. I can ask for a password, and it's the password, and the password I can use. Yeah, so of course it's easy. Now I can go to the workstation, authenticate, or I can be at the workstation, but it's recorded. So then you can ask my favorite question. The best question ever is, why you did ask for a administrative password or the workstation of your boss? Yeah. So it looks like nothing, pretty easy, but it was quite not easy to design this, because what is important, we don't need any communication in between the agent and the server. It's specifically designed for traveling users, for standalone PCs. Of course, you can use it for network workstations as well, but it works for even a traveling user who is 50 weeks a year outside the office, not a problem, because we initialize the agent. So if you go here and see downloads, here is an initialization block of data, and when you deploy the agent, you initialize the agent with this, and server knows what the initialization was. So then the server is able to calculate the same password like the agent on the workstation. So we need to know what is the workstation name and what is a date, and that's it. Of course, we can change the configuration and go here. Here's the configuration in SecureWinBox. And say, okay, it's not enough for me. I don't need to manage just one user. I need to manage a group of users. So I can choose a group, and yeah, it can be administrators, but it's much smarter to use a separate group, and whoever is member of this group will be managed by the agent. So I just store, and I can go here. Now I have new initialization string, and you see now I have to enter not only the workstation name but also the username, because there we can have more members of that group. So it can be the boss, yeah, and the password is here, yeah. So we are able to cover different scenarios, different approaches. Of course, for regular users who is using the workstation every single day, this is quite crazy. So it's better to make them just power users or users, and leave this for administrators. If you have 3 administrators per workstation, not a problem, use a group and work with administrators. And if you see, some endpoint security solution which you can manage if you know administrator name and password, this is perfect, because it brings an extra protection, extra security to your environment. And the licensing is very kind, because each user of SafeBoxes comes with a license for SecureWinBox, for protection of his or her box. So that's something which is like a complementary service to SafeBoxes and their users. So that's it. I'm now really running out of the time. Again, any questions, please?
It doesn't look like we have any questions right now.
Okay, perfect. Then I thank you very much. Thank you for joining our webinar today. Thank you, Amy, for inviting me. And if you need any information, you will find a recorded session, and you can visit our website, which is www.securewinbox.com, and then you can find at least the way how to contact our partners or us directly and learn more about the product. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
All right, thank you, Václav.